right? Hello. I wanted to be one of those people who stand up on stage with a pipe, but apparently I'm not allowed. Thanks, Lucy. I understand, because people get tipsy and that can be bad at poetry. But I want to be like Ricky Gervais, who performs drunk and cool like that. So my first poem was about how when I travel by train, I get this really weird sense of envy when I see men and people working on the tracks and at stations. And I never really understood why. So I wrote a poem to try and figure out. And now off by heart, I don't know whether to hold this. I'll hold it. This is called The Railway Man. I want to be a... Oh, wait, I won't hold it. I want to be a railway man. In the rain, the numbing cold, or the sweltering heat, sweating at the temples as I lift bricks and sleepers from platform to platform, breathing real air, fresh air. It's those men who move like tigers along railway tracks, shining in a high-vis suit capped by a white hard hat strapped beneath a stubble double chin. I want a beer belly I can feed fatty pasties to, and sandwiches wrapped in tinfoil packed by the missus. I want to work night shifts, twisting a spanner under torchlight, breathing. I want air that knows sunlight. I love what I do, writing, but all I do is sit in my room thinking, a pen in my hand, thinking. While I sit at my desk, I might be able to open a window, but I can't feel the wind. I can't feel the rain. On the railway, droplets drum on concrete and iron roofs. They tap on helmets like rolling fingertips. I want to walk on toughened feet, wear steel-toed boots tied up with dusty shoelaces, plod onto steps marked keep left moving. I want to move. I want to be paid to be outside, work hard enough for my muscles to ache, talk on lunch breaks about sex and sports. I don't want to be a recluse, locked up in the tower of my room. I want to be a man, dipped in fluorescent orange, never giving enough of a crap to paste plasters onto blistered hands, picking up wages from the boss man and spending it on bills and beer. I want to build and to fix and to work. I want a screwdriver, not a pen. I want to be a railway man, but I'm writing about it instead. Golly, this is fun. I'm enjoying this. Am I allowed to say that? Yeah, I can enjoy it. I'm enjoying it. This next one's like, so I get a lot of my this frustration out of my system because I work at pubs. I started working at a pub in the summer, and then I worked at another pub when moving to Bath again, and then I work at another pub, so there's 3 in total, and I love it. It's so much fun, and I've met so many amazing people and been on so many adventures and learned so much. And because I'm still a student and it's part of the culture, I get kind of roped into going clubbing, which is great because I love dancing and music and being around people, and being drunk is kind of fun too. But for some reason I never enjoy it as much as I think I will, and I say to my friends that I'm not going to go next time, and they never understand why, so this is my poem to explain why. And it's called Drinking or Drunk. At the pub, people will pick a drink they love and always drink the same. Drinking Fosters, Doombar, Thatchers, because they love the taste. They ask for scotch, single malt, aged for a decade, in a short glass with a rounded base, and don't you dare put ice cubes in it. I think that they sit and sip from the lip, talking in high spirits. I think of this when I'm at a house party for prees, where parties buy drinks based on the ABV. Holding bottles of vodka, gin and rum, they half fill up their cups with this awful cheap stuff. They splash in some Coke so it's at least bearable, and thinking they need to be pissed for the night to be enjoyable, they chug it. And they play a drinking game. They go around in the circle and each person has to say one thing they've never done. And if it could be absolutely anything, and if they've done it, they've got to show it by drinking. Why is it that the only topic that ever comes up is sex? Shouting about all the people they've slept with, all the objects they've tried and tested in all the different places. Sex toys, dirty talk, fantasies, positions, masturbation, phone sex, porn and threesomes. It's every conversation. The game is messed up. I want to hear them talking about the times they've been in love, or when they've laughed so hard their stomachs cramped up, or ran so fast they didn't know how to stop. I want to hear about the amazing things they've seen, like lions, mountains, festivals and seas. At the pub, I learned what it was like to grow up in the 60s, what it was like to have no money and work 7 days a week. They tell me about walking along the train tracks to get to school, How when the train came through the tunnel, they dodged it by pressing themselves up against the wall. At the pub, an old man enjoys his time strolling to the jukebox. He scrolls through the lists and puts on the song. It's a love song he used to listen to with his missus. It played at their wedding in the 1950s. It was around this time of year she passed, so the whole pub sings, thinking back to the past when she was around, and so was everyone else. But they've been through enough pain and happiness now to be able to smile about it. At the very same time, clubs play songs about butts and bitches, about rolling up £20 notes and snorting coke through it, songs that teach how women are whores, only there to suck off blokes and look good on the dance floor. A girl goes out in a tiny and tight dress. It's not something she'd usually wear, but she's trying to impress. She dances to the beat and works up a sweat until she's confronted with her reflection. Stares back at her, silently, from the mirror in the bathroom. Her hair's a mess and her makeup's all ruined. Her dress is riding high and she can't stand the size of her thighs. Her bum is beaten by daily squats to try and increase the size, hoping this modern day fashion will get the attention of some sleazy man's eyes and she might feel liked. For once. Might feel wanted. For once. Might smile and feel good about herself for once. At most clubs, there's simply no space for personality. If you're not sexy, you're treated as nothing. I want to choose a place to go to that will make me feel happy. I want to surround myself around people who look past my body. This is what people are like at the pub. Customers will compliment me every time they need topping up. To them, I'm funny and clever and silly. I'm grown up and witty and delightfully ditzy, but unlike at a club, they're not trying to pull me, they're just being sweet. They say that if my smile was ever gone, they couldn't be happy. That they'd kill anyone who ever did me wrong. They say these things, and it hits me with the warmth of whiskey. A nightcap slurped as the last song plays. The lights are low, glasses washed, doors locked. Secrets slipped over the bar, packaged with a bow. Their liquor downed, they stumble up the door waving. I'll see them again, same place, same time, tomorrow. Thank you.